We're privileged to have back with us today Karen Lafferty. Karen is with YWAM, but also right in the Santa Fe area, involved in so many different areas of music and participation there. Karen, welcome back.
Thank you.
It's good to have you back. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit today for somebody who might be tuning in saying, hey, I've never heard of Karen Lafferty. Tell us a little bit about your experience in Christian music and what got you involved with Christian music. You kind of have an interesting story.
Yeah, you know, I'm native New Mexican from Alamogordo, and I always knew I was going to be a musician. And it was pretty early on after I went through university at Eastern over there at Brutalis, and then got involved with entertainment. God got a hold of me. That changed everything.
Praise
but,
God.
For the
His
good.
Life-changing power.
Yeah, and so, but I was a singer-songwriter already, and I ended up in California in the Jesus movement. That launched me into music ministry. And then they sent me overseas. I had one famous song, Seek Ye First, which, by the way, I'm going to very soon, I think before Christmas, going to have a book called that, Seek Ye First, the Karen Lafferty story.
Excellent.
And have to come on later and talk about that.
Sure.
But anyway, that's how I got into it. And so for the last 40 years or so, I've just been singing for Jesus and loving it.
Well, you know, Karen, one of the things that's really impacted everybody over the last nearly 2 years is COVID. And I'm sure it's impacted your ministry to some degree. So tell us, how have you encountered COVID and what has that done to change the way that you do ministry?
You know, quite a bit, because I was traveling so much. And of course, traveling stopped, but I praise God for Zoom. I did quite a bit of teaching in India and some Christian colleges and things like that through Zoom, and that was good. But one thing that's, I've really felt, I've made a few little music videos and things like that, just to encourage people, because I found fear has been such a grip on, you know, the world. And so I just, I find encouraging people that God is still on the throne. We are still safe in Him, and we don't need to fear this thing. We just need to be wise.
Well, we're coming up on a great time of the year, which is the Christmas season. And, you know, as we move into November, it kind of suddenly becomes the holidays.
Yeah.
You know, the temperatures are starting to cool down. We've got Thanksgiving around the corner. Soon it'll be Christmas, New Year's, all of those things. What are you going to be doing for the Christmas season that's going to be special this time of this year?
It's always special. You know, in Santa Fe, we have some really cool events. You know, one is just the lighting of all of the lights on the plaza. That's the 29th, and they start the festivities.
So that's right after Thanksgiving?
Yeah, right after Thanksgiving, and it starts at 3 o'clock. They have all kinds of things for the kids, and of course, it's a bit more Santa Claus and just festivity, but it's beautiful there. But so that kind of kicks off everything. But we do a lot in the Christian community too.
Well, tell us some of the things. You know, a lot of the accounts that we get focus on the Albuquerque area, but we like to cover everything that's happening throughout central New Mexico. So tell us some of the bright spots for the Christian community in Santa Fe for Christmas.
Yeah, you know, there's going to be a lot of things, and I don't know everything that the other churches are doing, but I go to First Baptist there, and ours is one of the biggest. It's Living Nativity. And everything is live except for baby Jesus. Nobody will let us use their baby, but
it might be a little chilly for that.
Yeah, a little chilly.
You moms aren't too gung-ho for that.
You know, of course, the people are live there, and in the Nativity, we have a little Jewish village, and we have
Is it a drive-through, a walk-through experience?
No, it's going to be, you can park your car this year. We had to do drive-through last year. This year, you can park your car and walk around. And we're not doing the things inside, but we'll have everything outside with fires. You can get warm there. We'll have a camel. That's always our hit. We'll have, you know, donkeys and a herd of sheep, because we have a pretty big property. So we have sheep herders out there, and then we'll have music. We're gonna, on our portal, we're gonna be doing some Christmas music and little gifts for everybody that comes. So,
tell us, how long does that last? When does it kick off with the Living
Nativity?
Nativity?
Yeah, it's on the, and I had to write it down because I wanted to remember for sure. It's on the 17th and 18th. It's Friday and Saturday, right before Christmas.
Oh man, that's a great time.
Yeah, and so it's from 6 to 9,
really
both nights. And they can just come park their car. We have it very well organized, so people can just walk through and tell their children about the story of Christmas and
You
see
know,
it there.
the real story of Christmas has nothing to do with reindeer, Santa Claus, or snowmen. It has everything to do with Jesus and his coming so that we can have life and that we can have it more abundantly. And no better way to experience Christmas than through a living nativity. I remember as a kid here in Albuquerque that one of the churches had a living nativity, and it was wonderful. We would every year, and that was a drive-by, we would drive past it, and it was exciting to see all of the things. And it really does stick in your mind and kind of give you a thought about what this could have been like. We don't know exactly, but we can kind of reenact what it probably was like as described in Scripture. How long does it take to walk through the living nativity?
I would, you should give yourself about 30 minutes. If it's very cold, people, even though we do have big fires and stuff where people can warm up, they should take at least about 30 minutes to really, we have a lot of music and things going.
Well, I was going to ask you, do you have live music as well? Or
we have some live music out on the portal where I'll be doing music, and our other musicians in the church will be doing a lot of the great Christmas songs. I love Christmas music. And like there'll be, guys dressed up like Roman soldiers in the Jewish village, and that's all. It's all kind of fun to
How long has your church been involved with the Living Nativity? Do you know?
I don't know for sure, but I would say at least about 25 or 30 years.
So
we've been doing it. It's our main deal.
They've got. Sounds like you have plenty of time to work out any of the question marks and the kinks along the way. So, and the fact that it's outside gives a lot of flexibility, even with some folks still concerned about COVID. Outdoor events seem to have a lot more flexibility and opportunity there to have group gatherings. Tell us a little bit about your favorite, being a musician yourself. What's one of your favorite Christmas songs? Do you have one, Karen?
Oh gosh, I have so many. I've written a couple myself for Santa Fe. And one of them that I've written, it actually happened when I was going to spend time with a family, and they said, look, we're all getting together, but no gifts this year. We're going to do a little white elephant game, but because we just don't have money, and so I wrote a song, and the chorus of it, says it's a time to worship Jesus for coming down to earth, to give us life eternal and what the gift of life is worth. It's a time to be grateful for the love that only God can give. So we'll have a Merry Christmas if we'll remember what Christmas is. And that's it. We need to remember it's a time to serve one another. Don't get all stressed out like, oh, I don't have enough money for gifts or anything. Let's just be together.
Well, there is a lot of challenges this year that weren't there in years past that might impact people's normal Christmas experience. I mean, we hear of the supply chain challenges, and shopping may be a little different, and obviously finances are becoming pinched more with inflation. But you know what?
That's right.
What we have to remember that it really is about celebrating Jesus and keeping our eyes on him, who is the author and the finisher of our faith. As a musician, did you ever record a Christmas CD or album? Did you ever do anything like
I've
that?
been working on one a little bit. It's been taking me a while, and I wanted to do one kind of a New Mexico Christmas, so I hope I get that project done. But the one Christmas song I recorded was called Christmas in Amsterdam. I lived in Amsterdam as a missionary for 15 years.
Wow.
And I wrote about, from a point of view of a street person, we had a lot of those out there, that was just like, does anybody care about me? And that was a lot of our ministry there in Amsterdam, was to those homeless people.
It's a great time of the year, and as we're kind of at the beginning of the season, and getting into the early time of November, we're just beginning to think about Christmas and Thanksgiving. You really have a chance to choose how you're going to celebrate Christmas this year. Is it going to be the way you've done it in the past? And there may be some great things about the past.
That's right.
But this year may be an opportunity to do something fresh and new and to really let the love of Jesus shine through you.
That's right.
thank you for sharing with us about what's going to be taking place with the live nativity, and that's at First Baptist. And give us the address so people will know.
Yeah, it's 1605 Old Pecos Trail.
Okay.
And so, you know, just put that on your GPS, and we have lots of parking, so just come and join us. It's a great time for your kids especially.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.